Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to this episode of Matt Fixes All. So, in this episode, we tried to fix the van.
Woo! We did it! Yeah!
And then we should be able to push a button.
It smells like new car.
This is my son.
Say it's any charities that you can, and please subscribe. So what happened is we had it parked and got a no start condition. It really seemed like it wasn't getting any spark. I went through and it was testing as not having any spark. So I was like, maybe it's a coil. And then what ended up happening was I put the key in and then I got a couple of codes. So, all right. So we turned it on, it's showing some lights here. And then if you hold down this, it will go through and try to get a no bus code, which is no bueno. All right, so we got the no bus. Hold it down again. All right, so what else we had is when we held down the button on the dash, we had a 920, a 921, and a 999 code. So knowing that I have those three codes, I've got the no bus, and then the other thing that was happening is I was plugging in my OBD2 reader and it would power on, but it was unable to connect to the computer. Okay, so it was getting no connection. The next phase was the fact that it was turning on and it was getting power meant that there's probably power going to the ECU, right? But we did double check it by going out and using the multimeter and doing the testing on the pins to make sure that there's a grounded, to make sure there was power, and there was.
So what I did is I disconnected my battery before doing any connections or disconnections with the ECU. And then I connected my battery back up after it was disconnected. And I tested the pins. Pin number 2 was for the power, and pin 31 and pin 32 are grounds. And I made sure that it had a power and made sure that it had a ground.
So the next step of what I did is I went and I shipped off my ECU or PCM or whatever you want to call it. I shipped it off to one of these companies that I found on eBay that they worked on it and they sent it back to me, and I had it back about a week later, and we're gonna plug it in and we're gonna see if it works now and if that was the ultimate problem. So apparently what happens inside these computers is that they desolder themselves. So they get hot over years and years and years of use and the computer running. And then the solder kind of melts away from some of the connections, right? So then they go in here, they resolder the connections, they reflash the ECM so that it has the VIN number and so that it had the mileage for the vehicle. And we're gonna plug it in and hopefully it starts up. Okay, so I just got the new ECM put in. Make sure you disconnect your battery before you're plugging things in. We got it put in there. Plugged in, battery is reconnected, and let's go ahead and get in here and start it. Get the engine cover off, so that's exciting. We love that. And she runs! It's alive! It's alive! Woo!
Okay, so what you'll notice right here is that the ABS light is still on. What it had to happen was it needed to drive for a little bit so that then the ABS light would then go off. So here's a video of me starting it again after I drove it for a little bit, and let's see what happens with the lights. And wham, bam, no more lights on. So after you do put the new ECM on, you're going to have the ABS light. All of that stuff needs to recalibrate, and then you will be good to go, hopefully. I was.
It's running. So it's awesome. Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget, support the kids. Watch out for kids with neurologic deficits and help them any way you can. That's the mission. And thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.